Please welcome to talk more about it, Alan Hashem.
Okay, so today I'm going to be speaking to you about the importance of working smarter, not harder. It's very easy to become very complacent in the way that you do things, and it's important that you don't get stuck in the past. So let me give you a few examples of a few providers out there or companies that were complacent in the way they did things. We had Blockbuster back in the day that was actually initially approached by Netflix to buy Netflix for a very small sum of money, much smaller than what it's worth now. And they chose not to, and they are no longer existent because of that. We have Nokia and BlackBerry, who didn't really adopt the latest technologies, and were complacent. Now, the next video I'm just about to show you, you could almost blink and miss the bottom part of the screen. So I want you to pay special attention to the bottom half of the screen. If you notice right there, there's some key differences between 40 years ago and today. And you have to look at that video and say, what has changed? It took less than 3 seconds to sit there and do that pit stop. Meanwhile, the top screen is still going. Certain key factors attributed to the success of the bottom screen. Adopting new technology. Having the right person for the right role. For example, it wasn't until recently I found out that they've hired athletes. They're not mechanics at that pit stop. They're actually athletes. They get the heaviest lifter to lift the tyre. They get the fastest person to change the ratchet. So when you're looking at your own business or the role that you complete, it's extremely vital to think of what is it that you could do to ensure that you improve your lab time. Which person or candidate are you putting in the position that's going to give you the best outcome? Now, when we look at the key differences between these times, it's quite substantial. Are you still operating like 10 years ago? Are you keeping your ear to the ground and ensuring that you are using the latest technologies and the best process to make sure that you have the most efficient lab time? It's always very important to stay ahead of time, ahead of the game. Being the founder of Inspection Manager, we take this part extremely seriously, and we have ensured that the roadmap of the current features the features that we currently have and the ones that we're working towards the future are going to constantly ensure that they improve your lab time. So I'm going to show you a quick video on some of the things that we're doing to make sure that you run the most efficient race.
Inspection Manager is Australia's leading solution for property inspections. With features that get you to the finish line faster, you will improve your property inspection lap time. We save your last inspection data so we can add the data to your next inspection. Paperless handover. Tenants can now digitally receive and sign their inspections and access important information. Integration with property management software. Experience seamless integration with Rest Professional, Property Tree, Released, Palace and Property Me. Digitally send your reports using our built-in email system and track when landlords have opened your reports. Impress your clients with our customizable, professionally branded report templates. Manage maintenance. View and manage maintenance requests from tenants via our dashboard. Inspection Manager is optimized for mobile, tablet and desktop use, compatible with iOS and Android. Video inspections. Capture more detail with our video inspections feature. Use our quick photo capture feature for faster inspections. Making changes on your reports is easy with desktop editing. With our phone and chat support team, help is always here when you need it. Speed up your workflow with Inspection Manager.
So there's a few new features at the moment that we have introduced. One of which is ensuring that your trust accounting software talks to our software. Now, it's extremely important when it's not just through Inspection Manager, but you need to revisit all the programs that you use in your own organisation and ensure that there's some form of integration with your trust accounting software, because your trust accounting is what's known as the source of truth. It's the one that has the most accurate bit of information. And rather than double handling data, find partners that integrate with your trust accounting programs. We've gone and integrated with REST, FastSmart, Property Tree, Property Me, Release, Palace, new platform called Property Space, which I'm just about to touch on, and we're currently in development with Reaper, which is a product of Agent Box. Console's on the way. So along with that, we've also got video inspection. Now, why is video inspection vital? Because sometimes photos aren't just enough, or commentary. You want to get a message across to a landlord, right? There's a noise coming from an air conditioner. Video makes that job considerably easier. And we've got that now available in routines. Legislation doesn't allow it in ingoings, but even in routines, when you use videos, it's extremely beneficial when landlords get the report that they could actually see exactly what it is that you're trying to sit there and highlight. Now, you saw me touch on in the video about our paperless product. And the way that we're going to go and deliver paperless is using the Property Space platform. Property Space is this new agnostic platform that will help the tenant be committed to part of the process of entering a property. Whether it's going through completing an ingoing inspection, whether it's going through submitting a maintenance request, Property Space will make life a whole lot easier. Here's a quick summary on what the benefits of Property Space.
Inspection Manager is committed to making life even easier for your tenants. Along with our new paperless handover system, we're partnering up with a new industry-supported platform called Property Space. It's a place for your tenants to live where they can keep access to their inspection reports, important documentation, and emergency contacts for repairs. They can even lodge maintenance requests using the property layouts loaded from Inspection Manager. When you send out their paperless inspection, the tenant simply adds a password to secure their account, and everything will be set up and ready to go, with all the information they need at their fingertips. Then they can open their inspection, agree or disagree with the conditions, and add their comments and photos before digitally signing the report to be returned to you. And this is just the beginning. When Inspection Manager releases its maintenance module later this year, tenants will be able to monitor the status of their requests, cutting down on all the phone calls and emails you get and letting you focus on what you do best.
So when a tenant gets access to Property Space, and at this moment we've actually got it right at the moment that you do the handover of the keys, they'll get a login and they'll get an interface similar to this. They'll be able to see all the information that we have in Inspection Manager, information that you control, like rent, emergency contacts, maintenance, and a whole array of things. The great thing is about Property Space, it talks to everything. It's completely agnostic. It will sit there and present any information that you need to and help you constantly sit there and improve some of the processes and some of the delays that you might have with current tenants in not getting back to you quick enough. Clicking the button on completing inspection, for those that use Inspection Manager and are familiar with our reports, it's not that much different to the report. What we're trying to sit there and do is minimise. We've gone and digitised 95% of the process, but we're getting you to print off a report and hand it across to a tenant. And that's not, that causes all sorts of problems. Tenants sit there and scribble commentary, those that do complete it put too many comments, and some of them expect you to be mind readers, right? And think that you're going to go through and complete the commentary as maintenance requests, where that's not the case. You have a particular process for that, but they don't understand that. So we're going to have mechanisms in there that will send suggestions for review in the event that they've gone and they've attempted to sit there and submit things through as a maintenance request. Along by doing it through the actual report itself, they'll be able to do it through the dashboard itself. And because we've already loaded all the areas and items in there, it's so easy to just simply select what room, what item, providing all the information using photos and videos and commentary, making sure that you're getting the tenant committed to part of the process. How many of you here will get an email on a Friday that simply says, my tap is broken or it's leaking? They don't sit there and just say what tap, what room, what property, who they are. Once again, there's this assumption that you're just going to instantly jump on it on Friday and have it sorted by Monday. So by guiding them through the particular process, it makes life a whole lot easier, not just for yourself, but for the landlord, for the tradie, and so on. Now, when we talk about the tenant, what about the property manager? In Inspection Manager, you're going to find a new maintenance button. It already knows what room you're in. You'll be able to select the item. You'll be able to select the trade type. The issue, provide a description, use the photos that you've already taken of the room, or upload new ones. Use your gallery, use video. And right now, we're not, as part of our first release, we're not launching a complete maintenance system. At the very least, we're launching a platform that will display all this information in an electronic form that you could forward across onto your landlord, onto your tradie, and continue with your existing process. We're just making the capture part considerably easier and more transparent. So what's the end result look like? Well, if you go into Inspection Manager, you're going to have a dashboard, and all the requests will start coming through. So as you go through that particular dashboard, you'll be able to open up one of these reports, and for those that use Inspection Manager, you should know all about your co-branding, so we make sure that your brand is front and centre. And we're just going to use McGrath as an example, and one of the things that you'll notice on the actual report itself is not just have we put all the details of the maintenance, but we've also gone through and expanded the video that you took. Think of how many times the tradies ask, oh, can you get me a video, or can I get more details? We've gone and ensured that, you know, we've got all the detail that you would potentially need to stop the back and forth, overall improving your lap time. So the dashboard that appears on Inspection Manager looks like this. It's going to be simple. You're going to be able to copy the link. You're going to be able to email directly to the tenant or landlord, to the tradie or the landlord directly from this system. Overall, ensuring that you do things the most efficient way. I'd like to thank each and every one of you here today, and our stand is over there, and enjoy the rest of the conference.